When you know nothing but think you know everything. A reality check. You probably met someone like this. They talk as if they're a genius, but when you fact-check them, everything is completely wrong. Their confidence is so overwhelming that it makes you question yourself. Wait, am I the dumb one here? But don't worry, it's not your fault. It's the fault of the Dunning-Kruger Effect. This effect is like a 5-year-old drawing a picture and thinking they're Picasso. The child lacks the ability to realize their masterpiece looks like a crayon explosion. Similarly, people with little knowledge often lack the awareness to see how wrong they are. A classic example is MacArthur Wheeler, the guy who believed rubbing lemon juice on his face would make him invisible to security cameras. He was so convinced by this logic that he attempted to rob a bank in broad daylight. The result? He got caught instantly, giving the police an unforgettable laugh. And what about truly intelligent people? They understand how vast the world is, recognize their own limitations, and rarely blurt out nonsense. Meanwhile, self-proclaimed geniuses talk endlessly, even when they have no clue what they're saying. Lesson learned. The less you know, the more confident you are. The smarter you are, the more humble you become. So, if someone claims something with absolute certainty, but has no proof, just smile and fact-check it. When you know a little, but think you know everything. The confidence trap. Ever met someone who read one online article and suddenly acts like a professor? Like a newbie who's been to the gym for a week, but already hands out training plans like an Olympic coach? Or someone who watches a TikTok on investing and immediately calls themselves a stock market guru? This is the Dunning-Kruger Effect in action. Knowing a little, but thinking you're an expert. It's like learning one Japanese phrase and confidently declaring yourself a translator. The truth is, when people have only a tiny bit of knowledge, they don't know enough to realize what they're missing. This is why genuinely knowledgeable people often hesitate before making bold claims. But self-proclaimed experts? They speak with such conviction that even real experts start second-guessing themselves. Wait, am I wrong? The main problem? Lack of self-awareness. If you don't know much, you also don't know what you don't know. And so, you blissfully live in your own little world of delusional confidence. On the other hand, truly smart people understand the complexity of the world, recognize their own gaps in knowledge, and stay humble. So, next time someone confidently declares something without solid proof, just remember, they might be experiencing the Dunning-Kruger effect. How to recognize when you're delusional about your own intelligence. Have you ever looked at your childhood drawings and thought, did I seriously believe this was a masterpiece? Or remembered your first attempt at cooking, where your lemon chicken turned into a chemical explosion? That's the problem. We don't know how clueless we are until we learn more. The Dunning-Kruger effect works like this. When you know nothing, you don't even realize how much you don't know. So, you naturally assume you're a hidden genius waiting to be discovered. How do you know if you're falling into this trap? If you've never formally studied a subject but already want to write a book about it, you might be delusional. If you just learned about investing and think you can outsmart Warren Buffett, it's time to pause. The best way to avoid this trap? Keep learning and accept that you might be wrong. If you ever start feeling uncertain and doubting your own knowledge, congratulations. That means you're getting smarter. Why people who know less are more confident than professors. Ever met someone who argues passionately about a topic they barely understand? They talk like they just got a PhD from Google University and are ready to coach NASA after one night of reading Wikipedia. Here's the truth. The less someone knows, the more confident they are. Why? Because they don't know enough to realize they're wrong. When you only have a few puzzle pieces, your brain quickly fills in the gaps and convinces you, I see the whole picture. The result? You confidently step onto the stage of life and act like a genius, completely unaware that real experts are silently laughing at you. Meanwhile, truly intelligent people constantly question themselves. They know the world is far more complex than it seems. And instead of boldly claiming, I know everything, they sit back and ponder, am I missing something? So what's the takeaway? If you just learned something new today, don't rush to act like an expert. Pause, reflect, and double-check your knowledge. If you're truly smart, you'll start realizing there's still so much you don't know. When you know nothing but still argue to the death, have you ever debated with someone who refuses to admit they're wrong, no matter how much evidence you show? It feels like trying to teach a fish how to climb a tree. completely pointless and infuriating. When someone lacks knowledge but believes they're an expert, they don't just defend their wrong ideas. They see any disagreement as a personal attack. You think you're presenting logical arguments? Wrong. In their mind, you're insulting their entire family lineage. Instead of listening, they'll just argue louder, as if shouting will make them right. Here's the problem. Nobody enjoys being proven wrong. When faced with the truth, people have two choices. 1. Accept reality and learn 2. Activate keyboard warrior mode and fight to the bitter, and sadly, pride often wins over intelligence. So how do you deal with it? Simple. Don't waste your time. If you realize the other person isn't interested in learning, just smile, walk away, and let them enjoy their fantasy world. As for you, keep learning. Who knows? Maybe even you are experiencing the Dunning-Kruger effect without realizing it.